The Memphis players making their way through the tunnel earlier, and the home fans are already fired up to get this game started. And the game arrival, sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. The mighty Mississippi River carving its path through Memphis, Tennessee, where we're coming to you from tonight. Greetings, everyone. Glad to have you here with us on this Wednesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. And tonight we've got the Memphis Grizzlies playing against the Minnesota Timberwolves. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and two Hall of Famers, Doris Burke here at the table, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. D.A., take it away.
Well, if you ask Karl Anthony Towns, his greatest strength is his versatility. He said, "My dad taught it to me at a young age, and it's made my transition at every step of my career comfortable, having the fundamentals and foundation. I don't limit myself. I try to be great at all skills." Kevin?
Yeah, terrific attitude. It makes him very tough to handle. David, thank you. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now, these the new power rankings. They tell a great story. You look at the Bucks. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top five.
And checking out the Grizzlies, they've started out slow. It's not for a lack of want to. It's just the way the roster is composed. They have as many questions on that roster as they have answers.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Wiggins and Covington are the forward pair. The tandem at the 1 and the 2, Teague and Culver. And it's Towns in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for Memphis, Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. And it's Jackson in at the small forward. Greg, a new-look roster for the Grizzlies. They got a lot more athletic this past summer.
Well, John Morant and Brandon Clark, their first-round picks, two of the more explosive players in the draft. The Grizzlies last in the league in pace last season. They may have cause to accelerate that tempo this year.
Morant, and that one goes long. Minnesota with the ball. Teague with the ball. He's picked up by Morant. Teague, the pass to Culver. Outside Teague. Here's Towns. Not going to go that time. Now Memphis takes it the other way. On the wing, Brooks. 12 points his last outing. Passes to Morant. Back to Brooks. 6 on the shot clock, and the 3 ball is good.
And have to commend the unselfish attitude, like how Morant just recognized the open man and the ball was right there.
We're about 1 minute into the first. Minnesota with the ball. It's a 3-point game. Here's Culver. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Now here's Morant. Teague covering. It's good.
And how about the body control? Morant, even when under duress, stays calm, cool, and collected.
Here's Culver. He had a 30-point outing their last game against Milwaukee. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure. And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Here's Morant after the made shot from Jeff Teague. And then Morant slams it in.
Yeah, that's fire right there. Morant practicing for the dunk contest. I see you, young fella.
And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter for Minnesota. They've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Kicks it out to Wiggins. It's rebounded by Memphis. This, their first chance to take a look at Minnesota this season.
And two teams here that were evenly matched a season ago as they split the season series.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Now, here's Culver. He's covered closely, and the shot goes down.
I'll tell you, Culver has an array of moves once he gets into the paint.
Now here's Morant. Teague covering. Left side Jackson. Shot clock at 5. Towns with the steal. And the foul on Jonas Valanciunas. That is his first foul of the game. Timberwolves trail by 5. Teague bounce pass. Towns with it. Now Valanciunas defending. Takes the 13-footer, and that one's good. Towns.
Well, so effective with that jump shot. Karl Anthony Towns is a problem on the offensive end.
Now here's Morant, defended by Covington. Here's Jackson. Valanciunas trying to free himself up, and Jackson with the basket on the assist by Morant.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
And you know this, Greg. He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Now here's Towns. 14 points from him the last game against Milwaukee.
And equally impressive on the backboards. I thought his rebounding was huge. A quick trigger. And from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off, forget about it.
Morant passes to Brooks. Now here's Morant. Out left to the wing. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Morant's got 6.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Here's Teague. Left side, Towns. Grizzlies with the rebound. Valanciunas has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Morant passes to Jackson. Good on the shot. He has 6. Whereas for some players now in their second seasons, you can tell just how big the jump is between that first year and their second year in the league.
I think, Kevin, it's probably the single biggest growth opportunity. One of the things that happens is the game slows down for second-year players. Very rarely do you see a guy take a step backwards. They're comfortable, they're more confident, and they know what to expect.
And you know, you can't impact a shot that close any better than he did on that possession.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same.
Now here's Brooks to the inside. 8 feet away. And the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
Of the 2 offenses here tonight, you can tell theirs is just a bit more in sync.
And I think because of that, they've gotten the better looks to start this basketball game.
And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for 1 more coming up. It's going to be Towns shooting. That's on Jaren Jackson.
Boy, when you think about the skill that Karl Anthony Towns has, and you realize he's just getting started in the league, his future is truly off the charts. By the midpoint of his career, we could be talking about him as one of the most skilled big men to ever play the game.
The free throw drops for Towns. And with the offensive tool set of Karl Anthony Towns, Doris, he could see MVP consideration in the future.
Well, what we know about Karl Anthony Towns certainly is that each and every night he has a major impact for his team. And consider, he's still growing as a player and ironing out some areas. But this guy is going to be a star for a long time, no doubt.
Now here's Jackson. Playing Houston, he was nearly unstoppable. Brooks from outside. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Jang, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Shabazz Napier comes in for Teague. And here's Napier. 11 points for him in that last game against Milwaukee.
And let's not forget about the assist. This guy as a playmaker was a driving force for that offense.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Andrew Wiggins.
Well, for Josh Jackson, not really the sophomore season he was hoping for. Didn't take a major leap forward and saw him fighting for reserve minutes at times.
And he knocks down the first one. And with Jackson, Greg, they just need to see more from him.
The upside, it's still there for Jackson, but nothing is guaranteed in the NBA. He needs to keep working on his game to live up to the lofty draft expectations.
He's off on the second.
I tell you, the potential of Josh Jackson is really enticing. This guy is a remarkable athlete. He can defend the basket at a high level. If he gets a jump shot, guys, that's consistent, look out.
Now here's Brooks, following the miss by Jared Culver. Back to Brooks. Memphis moving it around. Jackson misses.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
And the Grizzlies with some changes. Jay Crowder's checked in for Jaren Jackson. Clark comes in for Jackson. And it's Anderson in for Brooks. Minnesota also with the sub. Jake Layman's checked in for Wiggins. Now here's Napier. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Looking now at some numbers for Anderson, how he performed last season. Last season, he averaged 8 points a game, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. Well, fans of this team will take this kind of production from him without hesitation.
I tell you, he has been a solid contributor. They have called his number, and he has delivered for them.
Noah Vonleh, he's checked in for Towns. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Memphis leading by 5. Now here's Morant. He had 25 points in the win against Houston.
And don't forget the sensational plays he made out there. He saw the court so well, firing perfect passes to teammates for wide open shots.
And here's Culver after the three-pointer from Jay Crowder. Anderson with the ball. Culver covering. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And out of UCLA, forward Kyle Anderson. Some call him slow-mo. Why is that?
Well, I mean, not the most athletic player. It's his size and IQ for the game, though, that makes him so effective.
First free throw is good. Doris, such an honor to be on this with you, and you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst, breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career in what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, and times are changing, dream big. There's nothing that's impossible, and I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder than you.
Thanks, Kev.
And the decision-making proving to be outstanding. Culver just has a knack for taking advantage of the D in the open floor.
Here's Clark. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Pass to Valanciunas. Trying to get open is Crowder. No good from Valanciunas.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Here's Napier. Trains it from 9 feet away.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Grizzlies. 6-point lead. Pass to Clark. On the wing, Jones. Napier covering. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And you think about the Wolves' history. KG clearly their best player, but Big Cat has a chance to reach that level someday.
He does, Greg, and I think we always look through KG's legacy being defined by passion, commitment, and leadership. That was as important as his basketball skill. Karl Anthony Towns is similarly talented, right? I think the key is he just needs to find consistency. That's the last step.
The first free throw is good. Well, the Grizzlies coaching search took 2 months. They finally settled on Taylor Jenkins, a former assistant coach with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Jenkins, with an economics degree from Penn, fits the young academic profile of this Memphis front office. Worked for the Spurs 6 years as an assistant under Mike Boone, Coach of the Year in 2019. That pedigree helped him get the job.
And so Jones nails both of them.
And for a franchise searching for stability, it doesn't help that the Wolves have had a number of head coaching changes.
Obviously, the Wolves aren't alone in that problem, Greg. I think it can be difficult to identify just the right kind of leadership. And when you do get someone like Greg Popovich or Eric Spoelstra or Rick Carlisle, you try to hold on for dear life.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
And the Timberwolves with possession here. Grizzlies making the shot. Offensive rebound. Memphis leading by 10. Crowder the bounce pass. On its way from Clark for 2. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Here's Napier. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Napier's got his second bucket of the night.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Well, he's attacking, he's forcing the issue, and that simply stated a terrific play.
Now here's Valanciunas. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Houston.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Napier with it. The pass to Jang. Back to Napier. Passes it to Culver. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And good that time. Culver's got 8 points.
This guy is putting his fingerprints all over the game in this quarter. He has flat out dominated the offensive end.
Pass to Valanciunas. Kicks to Clark. Jang against Valanciunas. Over Jang. And there's Valanciunas on the assist by Clark. Valanciunas has got his second basket.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Pass to Layman. Vonleh with it. Napier feeling it out a bit. The tray. Grizzlies with the rebound. Valanciunas has got 9 rebounds now tonight. Anderson passes to Crowder. Now here's Culver, the fast break chance. Tries again. It's Clark with the rebound.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. Boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
Now Jones. The pass to Clark. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
You know, one dilemma that jumps out at me with the Timberwolves, over the years, they have been an excellent offensive rebounding team. It's the other end, the defensive backboards, where they have had some problems.
And that one falls for Clark.
The potential is there. For Clark, it's about expanding the range so that it makes him more versatile offensively.
Allen's checked in for the Grizzlies. Jordan Bell's checked in for Minnesota. So he picks up just one from the line that time.
Yeah, you just have to be more disciplined. I mean, too many fouls and free throw attempts for the opponent.
A nice shot by Culver.
Continuing to tighten the handle, something Culver knows can take his offense to the next level.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Pass to Anderson. Kicks it out to Jones. Anderson passes to Jones. Memphis the rebound. And Anderson gets it to go. Anderson's got 6.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
No doubt, Greg. On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
And so it's Memphis. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And we'll be back with you shortly. One of the most high-powered scorers in the game, Karl Anthony Towns, knows it's important to keep his teammates involved.
You know, everyone has to get some of the sugar, you know, so making sure you're not just being a ball hog. So I'm just always trying to make sure that I'm taking wide open shots that I think everyone on the team would love for me to take if I have the opportunity. But also at the end of the day, making sure everyone gets a chance to be in the candy shop.
Well, when you're attracting, Greg, all that defensive attention, it creates opportunities for your teammates.
And Towns wants to win big. To do that, though, it's not enough to get numbers. You've got to make your teammates better as well.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And looking at what we've seen, Grizzlies pretty much in control here.
The offense firing on all cylinders. They dominated that first period.
That's exactly the start you want. You take complete command. Now you've got to maintain that focus.
So on the floor for Minnesota, Layman is out there with Bell. Then it's Gorgie Dang. Then it's Culver. And it's Napier in at point guard. And there's the foul. It'll go on Shabazz Napier. That's foul number 2 for him.
Well, that's 2 fouls on him early. He'll have to be careful not to pick up another one.
Jackson, he's checked in for Clark. Minnesota also with the sub. Teague's checked in. Outside, Jones. Pass to Anderson. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. With the break in the action, let's show you the teams with the most second chance points last year. In the third spot, the Timberwolves.
This was a team that was really savvy when it came to getting position under the boards and then getting those offensive putbacks.
Clock is at 3, and it's out of bounds. The Grizzlies able to retain possession here.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
But a really good read on his part, being disruptive at the defensive end right now.
Towns, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Andrew Wiggins comes in for Jake Layman. That one goes. Count it. Jackson's got the lead up to 13 now for Memphis. And so Napier will bring it up for the Timberwolves. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
Total embarrassment. I was shocked at how poorly they played. I think they were shocked.
Well, frankly, Greg, they should be shocked. I mean, that kind of effort simply won't cut it in today's NBA. Let's see if they take any lessons from it.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking. Pass to Crowder. Down low, here's Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
Well, you love Crowder's willingness to distribute the basketball. His vision allows him to set his teammates beautifully.
Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. And out of Marquette, Jay Crowder, a sturdy two-way wing player.
A great system player and glue guy. He had his best years with the Celtics
On the final year of this contract, a great value considering what he brings to the table.
Well, Crowder known for his defense, and you love to see him get high for these rejections.
With the tip. The kick out to Anderson. Dishes it to Jackson. Over Bell, and Jackson with the basket on the assist by Anderson. Jackson's got 6 points in the quarter.
And without looking at the scoreboard, you think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
This is exactly what you hope for from your point guard, Jeff Teague, unselfishly pulling all the right strings.
And there's the pass to Jackson. Crowder against Bell. Anderson right side. Inside, Jackson. He can't hit that time. Towns with the defensive effort, and Kyle Anderson gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Doris, isn't it interesting that we're seeing some teams with more three-point attempts than two-point attempts?
It's incredible, Kevin, that every year over the last decade you see more three-point attempts across all 30 NBA teams. And think about the Houston Rockets. In each of the last 2 years, the Rockets have actually taken more threes than twos. This is the evolution of the game. It is not going anywhere. There's 2 high-valued shots in the league. Restricted area twos, that means point-blank opportunities at the rim, and three-point shots, and everything else in between seems to be getting lost.
Terrific closeout there to challenge the three.
It may be the hardest thing to do in basketball, close under control, and he's more than up to the task.
Jackson kicks to Crowder. Over in the corner, Allen. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Jackson misses. Timberwolves trail by 13, and we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Jaren Jackson Jr. is the son of an NBA player. And I'm so old, I covered his dad in college. Growing up, his parents let him find his passion, but the game was always in his genes. Jackson Jr. said, "I've always prided myself on being more than just a basketball player, but I can't deny my laser focus on the sport." Kevin, he's following in his father's footsteps, but looking to create his own legacy.
Terrific mentor, but he's just getting started, David. Thank you. Brooks checked in for Grayson Allen. Now here's Morant. Defense is right there. Jackson passes to Morant. Over Teague. The Grizzlies with another miss. Timberwolves trail by 13. Out to the right wing. Towns down low. He's against Crowder. Lays it up and banks it in. 9 points for Karl Anthony Towns. Here's Morant. 6 points for him. Crowder finds Jackson. Trying to end the drought. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Towns has got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Wiggins. They get it back. Bell. And the lead is down inside single digits. Bell's got his second basket of the night.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
To the middle. Tipped away. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Knocked away. And the Grizzlies with possession here. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Well, this guy flat out carrying the load for them offensively. He is taking and making good shots. What a terrific job.
And purely from a physical standpoint, Ja Morant has it all. The height, the long arms, the frame to put on more weight, and few players are more explosive athletically.
That's good from Morant. And with Morant, you not only get the physical attributes, Greg, you get the mental toughness and awareness.
Yeah, this kid loves to compete. The bigger the game, the bigger he plays. I think we're looking at a potential all-NBA performer when it's all said and done.
And that is just a deflating era on his part.
Well, I think it kills your energy, and it certainly kills your momentum.
Noah Vonleh, he's checked in for Minnesota. And here is Brooks. Passes it to Morant. From downtown, that's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%, 5 for 7. Timberwolves trail by 15. Teague surveying the D. Now here's Wiggins. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. It's good.
Oh, really smooth. Andrew Wiggins with the terrific mid-range game.
Morant with it. Missed inside.
Unbelievable. He blew that. Look, guys, no clue what went wrong there.
A nice shot by Teague.
Yeah, they've gotten into a nice flow this quarter.
And the Grizzlies leading by 11. And the call will be against Jeff Teague. That is his first foul of the game. And the Grizzlies making a change here. Valanciunas is checked in. Here's Jackson. Good D by Covington.
And his defense so valuable. Not many can bother that shot at the rim.
Boy, you see the effort. You see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down.
Crowder goes in, and the rejection by Towns. And the foul on Jonas Valanciunas. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Clark, he's checked in for Memphis. The Timberwolves also with the sub. Culver's checked in. Timberwolves trail by 11. Now Teague. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Valanciunas. Jake Layman's checked in for Andrew Wiggins. So it's the Timberwolves now. They trail by 11. Here's Culver. Brooks grabs the board. And here's Brooks. He'll bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. They get to take on the Magic at Orlando after this one. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
Tough task trying to corral Clark there, especially when he's looking to score.
This is his 2nd trip to the free throw line. And the first one drops. Doris, there are these players whose wingspans exceed their height by 6 inches or more. They're called +6s, kind of a new term. Talk about that with the scouts look into those numbers.
Well, one of the things you like to have in a defensive player is length and versatility along with that length. So guys who maybe their size lists them at one thing, but that length enables them to guard a little bit differently. Guys like Kawhi Leonard, Draymond Green, Montrezl Harrell, all of those guys might be listed a certain size, Kevin, but boy, their length is problematic and makes them such exceptional defensive players.
Memphis leading by 11. The dish to Valanciunas. Back to Clark. Inside. And it's Valanciunas that time on the assist by Clark. Clark's got 3 assists now in this one. Here's Culver. 12 points for him. Basket made. That gives him 7 field goals in 13 tries.
And Culver's been aggressive as well, and his shot is going down with consistency.
Morant dishes to Valanciunas. Here's Culver, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, just nice strength there, and then just off with the shot.
Yet another player from the 2019 draft class who wasn't a top high school recruit. Jarrett Culver, 3-star guy, thin, unrefined, but in that sophomore year of college, boy, did he surprise some folks.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. And Greg, when you talk about Culver, the one thing he did show in high school and again showed at Texas Tech, the ability to score.
Yeah, and he creates and makes shots against great defenders. Every team in the NBA is looking for that. His jumper, his handle, his ability to move without the ball, already NBA level stuff.
So timeout called here, the first for Memphis.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
It's tough to hide your communications. Teams go to great lengths to try to do it, but sometimes to no avail.
And here we have an opportunity to check out Karl Anthony Towns. Last season, he played outstanding. 7th in rebounding, 9th in blocks, and he ranked in the top 15 in points per game, one of the league's premier offensive threats.
He was a top 10 rebounder last season for good reason. He's an incredibly intense guy to compete with. And for a full game, too. I mean, just nonstop. Pass to Clark. Down low. Here's Valanciunas. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
That boy, to have someone back there who can erase your mistakes, what a big-time asset defensively.
Jackson passes to Morant. To the inside. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. Brooks has got 3 assists tonight.
Even though he's smaller, Morant does not lack assertiveness, which comes in handy down low.
Timberwolves trail by 11. Culver kicks to Towns. Over Valanciunas. Towns, no luck.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
Jackson dishes to Valanciunas. Shoots over Towns. And the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
Well, I'll tell you, he is showing strides in improving the passing aspect of his game. Josh Jackson, pretty look there.
Minnesota's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. And here is Teague. Pass to Towns. Nice feed from Valanciunas. And the Grizzlies leading by 13. Here's Brooks. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
We've got 1:28 left in the first half. Teague bounce pass. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Jonas Valanciunas.
Well, this is a big physical guy himself, and Towns finds other teams trying to bump him off his game.
And Towns, a player who took a little bit of time adjusting from the college game at Kentucky to the NBA game, especially, Doris, on the defensive end.
I do think you have to appreciate over the last several seasons Karl Anthony Towns' commitment to becoming a better defender. Listen, he has the length to not only block shots, but to alter shots, and you just want him to have consistent effort on that end.
No good on that one.
Well, a 7-footer who's got guard-like skills, who can shoot the lights out. Karl Anthony Towns is a problem, guys.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Anderson's checked in, and a change for the Timberwolves. Shabazz Napier's checked in for Jeff Teague. He hits the second from the line.
Well, this is the first full year now for Ryan Saunders. Let's remember he was hired by Minnesota full-time after an interim stint last season. And boy, did the players love playing for him.
No good from Clark.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Another miss by Minnesota. And the Grizzlies leading by 14. Here's Brooks. That one a little long. And so Napier will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. 43 seconds left here in the second. Just 5 on the clock. It's blocked.
Well, this is where measurements don't tell the whole story. Clark is a tremendous shot blocker despite having an average wingspan.
Here's Layman. Goes back up. And the layup is good. Layman's got his first basket.
Boy, the work ethic on the offensive glass just refuses to give up on that possession.
Now here's Morant. Jang defending. Valanciunas. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
Well, Kevin, to steal a line from you up high and down hard, Jonas Valanciunas. Go ahead, big fella.
Here's Napier. Nice feed from Valanciunas.
Boy, that's the kind of look this offense is designed to create. That's just a tough miss.
And we've finished one half of basketball. Grizzlies out in front. They lead by 14. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. Jonas, you guys got off to a strong start. How important was it to set the tone early?
You know, we came out with a different energy. We said it's enough to struggle from the start. You know, we got to focus and play good starts.
That is where it all starts. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. It's Memphis out in front at the half. They lead by 14. Kenny, what do you think?
Well, it comes down to confidence. From the opening tip, these guys had that swag. They had the attitude that you can't beat us, we can only beat ourselves.
Shaq, what you think about Minnesota?
Well, they gave up too many good looks. You look at the field goal percentage against them, this tells the whole story. Not enough activity defensively, not enough disruption, Ernie. Like Kenny disrupts me all the time, not enough disruption.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Just go over there.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. And you know, Jarrett Culver has really been making it happen, guys.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
And let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. And it's Jackson in at the 3. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. The pass to Wiggins. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. The shot's good. And it's 6 points for Jeff Teague.
I'll tell you, how about a high percentage opportunity from Jeff Teague? As a scorer, you love to get those easy ones.
Here's Morant, and the layup falls. And the Grizzlies lead by 14.
Boy, the consistency he's had tonight has been impressive, really steady from the field.
And for the Timberwolves, they're shooting from the field, 44%, not bad. Now, here's Culver. He's guarded closely. And the rejection by Jackson. Outside Teague. Clock at 6. Right wing. Here's Towns. The Grizzlies pull it in. Here's Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
Well, this is tremendous athleticism from Josh Jackson. Boy, you better stay connected to his body or he's going to make you look silly.
Timberwolves trail by 16. Higgins outside. Passes it to Towns. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. And here's Brooks from outside. Hits it from three-point range. Brooks has got 8.
Wow, what a start. 3 for 3. Terrific play calling. Everything clicking out of the gates here.
The Timberwolves have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. Outside Teague. Here's Wiggins. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Teague's got 3 assists in the game. And the Grizzlies leading by 17. Morant passes to Jackson. That one doesn't drop. Good D by Covington. Here's Culver. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That one's on Morant.
Yeah, and how about another trait for Culver? That elite body control, even through contact, special.
And that one misses. Doris, one of the biggest free agent signings in years. LeBron James going to the Lakers. What did you think of his first season with L.A.?
Well, when you're LeBron James, perhaps no athlete in the history of the NBA has borne the weight of expectation as much as LeBron. So if there's anything short of a playoff appearance, there's disappointment. But what I would say is, through Christmas Day and his first real injury that he had to endure, LeBron was playing like an MVP. We are talking about one of the greatest to ever do it. I expect them to turn things around in Lakerland this year.
I agree with you, and I agree on your prediction. Jackson against Covington. Shoots the 3. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it goes down 2 points. Jackson's got 18 points in the game.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Well, the best players to me deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
Here's Culver, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And what makes Culver difficult to defend, it starts with the footwork and then the change of pace, and you give him that ability to just rise up and shoot over you.
Free throw drops for Culver.
And Culver's game just screams potential. Already a good scorer, rebounder, and passer. Now the next step, improving that outside shot.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Jay Crowder's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Allen comes in for Brooks. And Tyus Jones subbed in for Morant. And he can't hit the second. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Grizzlies. It's an 18-point game. On the basket by Jones.
How about the young gun, Josh Jackson? You know his instinct is to score it, but right there, putting the passing skills on display.
The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jaren Jackson. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Puts it up off the inbound, and he sinks the layup. Bell's got his third basket of the night.
And Jordan Bell is one of those guys willing to mix it up in the interior. That is nice.
Jones against T. And the dunk by Jackson.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
And I think what's happening is they're getting their shots within the flow of their offense, and you can clearly see the difference.
Pass to Wiggins. It's Vonleh atop the key. Back to Wiggins. Over Jackson. And it's Wiggins missing.
This guy just can't find his rhythm, and you look up at the scoreboard, they absolutely need his productivity.
Lets it fly. There's Allen. That's good on the assist by Jackson. Allen's got his first basket of the night.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Teague. Second shot opportunity. Rebounded by Jackson.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Crowder finds Jones. Outside Jackson. Jacks up a three. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
And no surprise here, right? This guy is not only a gifted player, but he is so smart on the offensive end.
Pass to Bell. He dishes it to Wiggins. Shot clock at 6. To the paint. Here's Vonleh. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins.
Well, late rotation by the defense, and Wiggins has the vision to find the open man.
Jones with the bounce pass. And the dunk by Jackson.
You know, the assist is the key part of that play. The pace on the bounce pass, perfect.
For Minnesota, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. Jones against T. The pass to Culver. Shoots. Good as the jump shot falls. Culver's got 5 points now in the quarter. Memphis leading by 22. Jones, the pass to Jackson. Allen outside. Back to Jackson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It goes on Noah Vonleh.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Grizzlies have been a winning team for most of the last decade. Injuries snapped their playoff streak back in 18, but the silver lining, a top draft pick they used to select Jaren Jackson.
Shoot 2.
The free throw drops for Jackson. And in his rookie season, Jaren Jackson, the youngest player in the league, he seemed NBA ready.
And already he impacts the game on both ends of the floor. A ton of upside with this young man. He's already helping the Grizz win games.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Clark comes in for Josh Jackson. And it's Anderson in for Jones. And so Jackson nails both of them. Now here's Napier. He has 6. And again, it's Minnesota.
Working against size, he's just crafty enough to carve out some wiggle room.
I tell you, the analytics crew may not like the mid-range, but sometimes you just got to put it in the basket.
Allen. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Here's what the Minnesota Timberwolves have lined up on their schedule. On Friday, they'll be playing against Draymond Green and the Golden State Warriors. And then on Sunday, they'll be taking on Paul Millsap and the Denver Nuggets.
And that one against the Pistons. It's the second game of a back-to-back, and you know they're going to be feeling the effects of it. Playing that much basketball in that short amount of time really takes a toll.
And he can't get the first one. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Zhang comes in for Vonleh, and Jake Layman subbed in for Culver. Good on the second free throw. And the Timberwolves with possession here. Pass to Layman. Pass to Wiggins. No good. And Memphis the other way now. Allen outside. Pass to Anderson. Jackson kicks to Clark. Here's Crowder. 5 to shoot. No good on the shot.
Whoops. Got caught in between moves there on his way to the rack.
Here's Layman. Now the pass to Jang. Now Napier. Lets it go with the 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Napier's got 11 points.
Well, Gorgui Zhang, as a big man, is an excellent passer. That's a pretty look.
Allen outside. Jackson down low. Zhang defending. Chalk up 2 there. He's got 5.
Boy, that's as wide open as you're going to get. The defense needs to lock in and be better than that.
Napier with it. 11 points in the game. It's not going to go for him. Excellent D there from Allen. Inside. Trying to find Jackson. He's got it now. He feeds it to Crowder. Minnesota with the rebound. Zhang's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Layman. He's covered by Anderson. Layman pass to Bell. And here's Napier. From deep. The offensive rebound. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession.
And checking out some numbers for Andrew Wiggins. Last season's performance for him. He averaged 18 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. He's been nothing short of fantastic during that stretch. Offense coming very easily for him.
And so much of it to me is his ability to read the floor, make the right decision, and then go right after the action he wants.
It's Anderson with the drive. That one drops for him. Anderson's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Pretty dime there. The kind of ball movement coaches love to see.
And so it's Minnesota with it. Napier kicks to Layman. Passes it to Towns. Shoots from the baseline. It's Clark with the rebound. Clark's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Allen passes to Anderson. 6 on the shot clock. Towns with the steal. Here's Napier. Comes up empty down low. And so Allen will bring it up for the Grizzlies. They lead by 24, their biggest margin. A minute 42 left in the 3rd quarter. Pass to Clark. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Just 4 to shoot. Up again. Karl Anthony Towns with the rebound. Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Wiggins kicks to Napier. Pass to Towns. And here's Wiggins, guarded by Jackson. Jackson against Wiggins. To end the drought. The rebound by Anderson. Anderson's got his 4th rebound in this one.
I'll tell you, no matter what he does, he can't find his rhythm, and you get the sense he's starting to press a little bit.
And again, Memphis no good. Minnesota shooting is leaving something to be desired. Just 36% here in the 3rd quarter. Here's Wiggins. Got a hand on it.
I'll tell you, a rough quarter for him, and that puts so much pressure on the guys around him.
Allen's shot is off. Timberwolves shooting not great, 40% for the game. There's the pass to Nathan. Now here's Towns, defended by Allen. Unloads from 13. It's rebounded by Memphis.
Boy, a really tough quarter for this guy. Just struggling to make shots right now.
Jackson misses.
They can close out the quarter if they want to.
It's all about patience right here. Patience and execution. Get a good look.
Passes to Clark. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. That one is on Towns.
And there, Clark showing a little burst, trying to create some offense. He has the athleticism, and the defense isn't necessarily expecting it.
He's made 3 of his 4 free throw attempts in the game.
Shoot 2.
And that one falls for Clark. And the Timberwolves making a change here. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And we'll be right back after this. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Greg, he's got the size to survey over the top of the defense and find the open man. That was beautiful.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Our 4th quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Covington at the 4 with Towns in at the 5. And it's Okogie in at the 2-guard spot.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Here's Okogie. Remember the time, Doris, when it was rare to see stars changing teams? Now we read about it every day.
No question, Kevin. Think back to my formative years watching the NBA as a fan. Larry Bird was a Boston Celtic. Magic Johnson was a Los Angeles Laker. The trend in today's NBA is that shorter player contracts, more player control over where they want to be. And the reality is this, Kevin, at some point, free agency entered the equation. It's appropriate, it's fair, they've earned the right to choose where they play.
Jones checked in for the Grizzlies. Lonley's checked in for the Timberwolves. Off the inbound, and it's Graham missing. And for the Grizzlies, their shooting has been outstanding in this game at 58%. Jones finds Clark. About a minute played here in the 4th quarter. Here's Caboclo. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. Both good from the line that time. Doris, basketball continues to gain in popularity around the world, doesn't it? It's amazing to me.
It does. Adam Silver, the commissioner, has said, I believe we can be the #1 spot in the world. Obviously, they'd have to overcome the soccer, and that's popularity. But think about this, Kevin, how inclusive a game basketball is. And the love spans across gender, race, ethnicity, religious affiliation. And the best part about the game of basketball is this, Kevin. When you're growing up and trying to get better, you need a ball, you need a hoop, and you need you, and you don't need anything else.
That is so well said. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Pass to Okogie. From deep. Rebounded by Caboclo. And so it's Memphis with it. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Here's Okogie, defended by Jones. Okogie, the pass to Vonleh. Pass to Okogie. 6 to shoot. From outside the arc, it's good from long range. Here's Melton. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Jones looking for an opening. To the middle, knocked loose. It's Covington on the wing. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Covington's got his first 2 points of the night.
This is about perseverance and passion. Robert Covington refuses to be denied.
Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Clark kicks to Caboclo. Back to Clark. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Doris, in 2004, the Charlotte Bobcats became the NBA's 30th team. When do you think we're going to see another team added, whether it's an expansion or even multiple expansions to it?
Well, let's go directly to the most important source, and that's Commissioner Adam Silver, who has said that expansion is inevitable, but right now not a huge priority. So, you know, listen, we've heard Seattle is on the short list of cities that wants to get a team, and what a great city, what a great NBA fan base. I hope someday we get back to Seattle.
So much history up there. You're correct. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Melton passes to Jackson. Here's Melton. Tries it from 19. And again, Memphis no good.
I'll tell you, even though he's not playing his best basketball, the team has played well and picked it up. I love it.
Noel, defended by Jones. And there's the pass to Okogie. Pulls it from the elbow. The shot, no good. For Memphis, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Trying to get something going, and the layup by Jackson.
Well, I love watching Josh Jackson try to fend off the defense. Refuses to be bothered by the contact.
Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And the way they have controlled the glass this game, really impressive.
And bottom line, more boards means more possessions. That's how you build a lead.
Bell is checked in for Minnesota. On defense, Minnesota. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Here's Jackson. Passes it to Melton. Jackson with it. Vonleh on him. Clock at 2. That's tipped. Graham surveying the floor. That shot is off. And Memphis the other way now. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. And Jackson throws it down hard.
When you think about an ideal transition player, Josh Jackson pops into your mind. How about that? Woo!
Now the Timberwolves with it. Pass to Bell. Here's Okogie. He's guarded by Hill. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Boy, the wheels have definitely fallen off in this quarter. He cannot buy one.
You gotta love his hustle, leading the defense, no time to react.
The finish in transition, nice and easy.
Of course, here's something kind of interesting. There's been a lot of talk about moving the draft to after free agency. What would that look like?
Well, I think talent is always going to be at a premium. So I would think if there's a guy that's the absolute definitive #1 pick, he's going #1 regardless of roster construction. But the reality is it might help those teams who maybe if they know who's on the roster, it might change the kind of draft selection they would make. So it's an interesting supposition. We'll see if the NBA moves in that direction.
They're getting beat up pretty badly out there.
And I don't care what anybody says. You can't keep the status quo. If it ain't working, you got to make some changes.
Poked away. Got a piece of it, and he gets it back. Noel. That three off the mark. For Memphis, they've gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. Jones, the pass to Jackson. Back to Jones. Pass to Caboclo. Just 5 to shoot. The fadeaway. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Bell's got 4 rebounds now tonight. All sorts of time. And it's Melton with the rebound.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Well, missed opportunities, and they can certainly add up. You cannot afford to take that kind of shot.
Here's Okogie. Bell. And the rejection by Jackson. The rebound by the Timberwolves. And Josh Jackson picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Of course, you and I were just talking about something Commissioner Silver said the other day about a proposed mid-season tournament. What do you think?
Well, I certainly think if they do move to a mid-season tournament, it's going to have real value for it to matter. To get the fans engaged, something has to be on the line. So, #1, you're going to have 2 goals. Instead of 1 championship, maybe you want to win that mid-season tournament too.
Hill, no good. And there's the foul. It's going to go on Solomon Hill. That is his first foul of the game. And so Graham will bring it up for Minnesota. Noel, defended by Jones. The pass to Layman. Here's Okogie. Now Bell. Pass to Okogie. Looking to end the run.
And since halftime, he just doesn't have a clue when it comes to shooting.
Melton passes to Jones. Outside Hill. Three-pointer. A new 14 for the Grizzlies. Second chance shot. Bell with the block.
Well, you've got that length and athleticism. Put it to good use, Jordan Bell.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. Indoors last season, rookie Josh Okogie ended up contributing more than the franchise thought he would.
Yeah, he was terrific as a 3-and-D player for the Wolves. This guy could end up being the steal of the draft, sort of in that Robert Covington mold.
Or some of these players are making more money on endorsement deals than on their NBA contracts. I mean, I just shake my head at that, don't you?
It's an amazing time in which we live because the power of social media and the understanding of today's athlete that their brand is significant and that their brand extends outside of the lines of competition. You see so many men who have overseas opportunities, whether you're talking Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Donovan Mitchell. They understand the power of the face and the talents they bring to the table. Truly, truly remarkable young men.
Remarkable indeed. Pass to Bell. And Valanciunas pulls it down. Valanciunas has got his 16th rebound on the night. Pass to Caboclo. Valanciunas dishes to Jones. It's stolen. Fast break, Minnesota. And Graham throws it down hard.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Greg, to me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
And last season, Jonas Valanciunas averaging the fewest minutes of his career. Greg, at the same time, he was playing the best basketball of his career.
I mean, his scoring per minute through the roof. Rebounding at a career high level. He can dominate inside, especially at that offensive end.
One shot.
Doris, do you have high hopes for the new draft lottery system to keep every team competitive to the very end of the season?
Well, one of the keys in implementing this new draft lottery system was to make sure that the bottom 3 teams were given equal opportunity to get that top draft choice. I think you did see it have some effect on play and teams trying to be competitive while understanding they're still going to have an opportunity to build their team through the draft. But here's the reality. The NBA has got to be under review constantly. There's a process in play. It's one of the most proactive leagues in the country in terms of always looking for little things to make sure their game is the best it can be.
Attention to detail. Well said.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
I think DeAnthony Melton deserves a ton of credit. Point guard is probably the toughest position in the league, and you couple that with the fact that this guy played in the West, he more than held his own.
Kogi inside the three-point line. That one off the back iron and out. Outside, Jones. Here's the three. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And at this point, it is their game to lose. They've done such a good job building the lead.
Graham with the bucket. Graham's got 5 points now in the quarter. And although Melton may not have proven he deserves a starting role, Doris, he did show his value as a player.
I think what Melton showed is that he has the ability to stay composed and play quality defense, even as a backup option at the point. That's all you can ask for. You want him to earn rotation minutes, and he did.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Grizzlies.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
A very solid win indeed. And when you check out the box score, there were some great numbers for Valanciunas.
Boy, you couldn't help but notice how well this guy protected the rim. There was an intimidation factor thanks to his defense. No easy shots in his neighborhood tonight.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Minnesota's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on three-point attempts here in the fourth. And the pass to Bell. Here's Okogie. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. He's off on the first. And the second free throw, good.
Listen, it's only one miss, but it hurts all the same as they try to cut into this lead.
And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. Passes to Valanciunas. Hill looking around. Right block shot. No good on that one. The Timberwolves go the other way with it. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock.
Well, another 10-cup moment here because he continues to miss shot after shot from three-point range. This is not a fourth quarter he's going to want to remember.
Pass to Valanciunas. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Jonas, you have a lot on you in terms of patrolling the paint. How do you think you're doing?
I feel good. You know, there is a better game, there is a worse game, but, you know, I'm bringing energy every game. I'm fighting, and my job is to take rebounds, set of screens. I'm doing that job.
It's grunt work, but you're good at it. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.